Assassination attempt on Trump. Let's talk about the Russian version of reality, as it is funny as hell. Zelensky and Biden will meet, and there is a plan of how this war ends to be discussed between the two. United Kingdom and Ukraine. What's next? And what a road to cooperation between the two countries is paved with. These topics are discussed in more detail in our weekly episode with me, Henry Keane, and UATV English, doing our best to bring the hard truth in easy terms for the whole free world directly from Ukraine. First things first, what happened, everyone knows. What happened actually, Trump assassination attempt. Ryan Wesley Ruth is the suspected gunman. Although he was much farther away from Trump from his vantage point at the golf course where the attempt happened than the man who earlier shot Trump, actually in an assassination attempt in Pennsylvania in July. American law enforcement officials found a scope on the gun with the belongings abandoned at the fence when the man fled. That would have brought Trump well within the range. Ruth was described in various reports as a construction worker previously working in North Carolina. He was a strong opponent of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, who had tried even to recruit overseas volunteers to fight for Ukraine in Ukraine. Well, let me just put it in straightforward terms for you. Russia says we did it, like Ukraine, like we attempted to. You know, there is not much fun living in Ukraine these days because of Russia, so I suggest what we do, we just, for the sake of fun, switch from the objective reality to the Russian one. Imagine Zelensky calls the intelligence service and Budanov picks up. Like, Mr. Budanov, says Zelensky, I decided to kill Donald Trump. Budanov is a military man, so sure thing, sir, follows. Budanov then hangs up and starts casting process through his list of official hitmen. He obviously needs a team of killers, probably because this time as the task is tough for one man. And soon Budanov runs out of options. The task is really too tough for all of the professional killers Budanov has available. So Budanov turns to the last resort of any intelligence service director in despair: Facebook. Scrolling through a couple of billion pages, Budanov's eye is suddenly caught by a profile of a dude who supports Ukraine and Taiwan and North Korea and supports Black Lives Matter and is a solid anti-vaccination supporter and supports Nikki Haley and Vivek Ramaswamy and supports the American right to bear arms and supports Tulsi and Bernie Sanders, and all that is openly posted on his Facebook. So Budanov is like, we need no team, this dude is a team, and hires Ryan Wesley Ruth to assassinate Donald Trump. And Ruth fails. Well, that is what Russia wants you to believe in, including killer mosquitoes and fighting geese in Ukraine genetically modified to murder Russians and American presidents. I wonder why Budanov wouldn't send a swarm of deadly mosquitoes or a regiment of fighting geese to do the job, and what was a reason to hire poor delusional Ruth instead. I'm not even asking myself a rhetorical question: why would we do it to the Republican Trump, after all, who, with all his controversy, was, as a matter of fact, the one to give us weapons to fight the Russian back when a full-scale invasion only started.
I'm glad to hear that Donald Trump is safe and unharmed. My best wishes to him and his family. It is good that the suspect in the assassination attempt was apprehended quickly. This is our principle. The rule of law is paramount and political violence has no place anywhere in the world. We sincerely hope that everyone remains safe. Volodymyr Zelensky, President of Ukraine, on social network X.
Well, some might say, come on, Henry, you're way too preemptive. Russians do not even talk about that today. They're not yet accusing Ukraine of anything, of the Trump assassination in particular. Wanna bet they will? Soon, no doubt about that. And when they will, just rewatch this very wrap-up. See how easy it is to forecast what Russia will do. Being the murderer itself, it simply knows no other ways than accusing others in its own vice.